Gotta love arm day. One of the better days. I actually thinking about it, there is no bad day. There's zero bad days. I don't know how anyone could not like any of the days. I mean, like, I guess leg day is not super fun, but like I'm trying to work on my squat, I'm trying to work on my deadlift, like RDLs and stuff. So like while the movement itself isn't necessarily fun, it's fun to try to progress and like work on your progress. So I don't mind. Like deadlifting is annoying when you don't do well and it's like hard, but like RDLs always feel good. You always feel like you're moving some good weight. Hamstrings people always lack on, so it's always fun to kind of work on your hamstrings a little. I feel like that translates really well into volleyball and just other daily activities. I've been trying to do a lot of hikes with my friend Owen, and he likes to run a lot, so he's a little bit more his cardiovascular endurance is much better than mine, so he always is like pushing me. So like we've done a couple crazy hikes where one day we did like 17 miles in a day with like probably like 3,000 feet of elevation gain, probably more actually. And then the other last fall we did, or in this, actually I don't even remember when we did it. We did the Pemi loop with our the different friend, or we did the half Pemi, which was that 17 miles, and the next day was like 13. And then me and Owen just did the Presidential Traverse, where we hit like most of the peaks. I think we might have skipped one or two peaks because of timing, but we hit most of the peaks. We camped out there, and I forget the exact split on that for what it was, but I think the total was like 24 miles over the course of like 2 days. So it was pretty brutal in terms of like you don't have like it's not like Colorado where you're like high in elevation, so you get like out of breath in terms of the air alone, but you're still hiking around like 5,000 feet, so it's still like a little bit on like the elevation, but it's mainly just the elevation gain of climbing up. There's not a lot of switchbacks in the Northeast, especially in New Hampshire. It's kind of just straight up the hill, just try to big steps. So a lot of quads, a lot of hamstrings when you're going down. And then we also had like packs on our back, so I had like a 32-pound pack, so it was a lot of weight just to be single leg, just kind of constantly doing step ups and stuff like that. And then on top of just like a mile of that's hard, we do like 8 miles in a day, 9 miles in a day, so it's pretty brutal. So I enjoy my leg days here because I kind of see them as training for those kind of situations, and it's just fun. But yeah, there's no bad days. Like arm day, fun. Who doesn't like arms? Chest day, everyone loves chest day. Back day, I guess some people don't like it that much. I wouldn't say it's my favorite day, but I'm trying to work on pull-ups. I really need better pull-up endurance. But just like, I don't know, you always see the numbers go up. There's just no bad days at the gym, really. Like, I guess if you were to like rank them, I would say hamstrings would probably be like my last. Quad would be like second to last. And then after that, maybe back. But like shoulders, chest, and arms are all top tier. Maybe shoulders is like tied with arms, and then chest is first, because shoulders are a little hard. That's like over the head. But there's just no bad days. I don't know, if you go to the gym, you kind of know what I'm talking about if you like actually enjoy it and you're not there just for like I don't know, some people go just specifically to be healthy, and I would agree that is kind of the goal, but I don't think that's the only reason I'm there. I feel like it's more fun just to be in an atmosphere where people are pushing themselves. It's a good mindset. Feels good. Feels like you're accomplishing something in the day. I feel like my mental, it's not just like mental or like relaxation when you're in there. I feel like every day, especially when I was unemployed, like I had to wake up and I'd be like, I need to do something productive today. And the gym was like one of those things where I enjoyed it, but it also was like I did something, like undoubtedly, objectively, no one could say anything otherwise. Like I did something that helped my body, and that's like enough for the day. Like I didn't waste the day. I'm working towards something. So I usually try to make a list of chores to get done through the day, and then also hit the gym. And then like even if I didn't like go to work and like work a job and get paid, I was like, oh yeah, I utilized the day. I did a bunch of chores. I got done what I needed to be done, and then I worked on my body. I feel like I'm a little bit too much of a perfectionist, where like I need to learn how to relax a little bit more. I'm pretty good at relaxing, especially at nighttime, where like I can chill out, but I feel like I need a lot of things done first before I can truly relax, especially recently. When I was like, even a year or two ago, I could just kind of chill. I'd be like, all right, I'll get that stuff done eventually, or I would get most of the things done. There'd be a few things on my plate, but nowadays it's kind of like, if there's anything on my plate, I'm like, I should be doing that. So it's a little bit of an annoying thing where you kind of always feel like you're on the go mentally, where you're like, I need to do stuff, but you got to give yourself some peace. You got to give yourself some leeway and some room to relax. So I feel like I've been doing good overall. I'm not upset about it. I'm more just, these talks in the car, I kind of just theorize about the way I've been thinking, the way I've been acting, and kind of like how I can improve. So usually I'm kind of just, I wouldn't say shitting on myself, but I'm trying to like explain about why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's kind of nice to kind of work through my thought process and talk out loud about it. But no, I feel like I've been doing good. I've been like slowly losing weight and gaining muscle over time. I feel like my face is like thinning out a little bit. I saw a video of myself playing volleyball the other night. Someone took a video and I was like, oh, I'm a little bit large. I feel like I want to be large, but I want to be more cut. Like I want to look lean. Like I want to look very lean. Like my goal is to be like extremely lean, but also be like that's a big boy. Like a big, large man, like still 200 pounds, but lean. Like I really don't want to have like any fat. And like sometimes you catch yourself at like a certain angle and you're like, oh, you got some body fat there. And it's not an unhealthy amount. It's just like I'm chasing perfection, which you have to take with a grain of salt, that you are chasing perfection and that you don't want to be like upset with yourself for not being perfect. But at the same time, seeing people on Instagram, on social media and stuff, you see what reality could be, even people who are natural. Like there's this guy who I follow on Instagram named like _BAMKS Bamsk, but I think his like username is Banks. But anyway, he's just like he used to be a little bit overweight and then he like cut down and now he's like extremely lean, and he's still like, oh, I got to cut more. And it's like, you probably don't have to cut more. I mean, clearly he's being an influencer, so like you want to be perfect, like not even just a little bit perfect, like all the way. But that's kind of like the goal, is to like have a lot of mass, but like have a tapered waist. I feel like I look okay, but I really want to see the shoulder striations. I really want to have like that V-line. I want to see my abs. Right now, my abs are definitely covered by a layer of decent fat. It's a lot of it's just the diet. Like I feel like I'm doing great on my exercise, going to the gym and stuff. I just got to count my calories a little bit and kind of systematically starve myself. Like not enough where you lose muscle, but like we're getting there. I don't think I'm going to start it just yet. I think the job will kind of cause me to be a little bit more regimented in my eating schedule, and the fact that like I got to eat before work, eat during my lunch break, and then eat when I get home. So we'll see how that kind of adapts the way I eat, or how I adapt to that schedule. But I think that'll actually help, where it'll be more regimented, and I'll kind of have to pack a lunch, and I'll probably be able to, while I'm packing the lunch, you might as well be like, yeah, maybe I'll weigh this out, kind of count the calories. So I'm excited for that. I feel like I'm like, when I have like my stomach issue where I was like having trouble eating and stuff, I would just kind of be like, if you're eating, eat, just eat a lot. But I realize now that like as I'm getting better with that, like sometimes you just crave things, and you have to really fight those cravings if you want to like actually cut down. Like I went up to Boston this last weekend, I ate a ton of food, which was awesome, and I probably wouldn't have changed anything about it. I feel like it was somewhat healthy in terms of the things you could. I wasn't having fast food. I was just eating a lot of like barbecue and like foods that were substantial and probably too many calories, but I wasn't just stuffing my face with like really bad things. So I feel like if I can be hungry but know for a fact that I'm hitting all my protein, hitting all my carbs and my fats, and be like, no, like you're hungry just because you're having a craving, it has nothing to do with sustaining your body, then I'll be like, I can handle it. But when I'm at home right now and I get hungry, I usually have the thought of like, you need to fuel your body. Like eat because you're hungry. It's not because you're just like trying to stuff your face and be like gluttonous. You're just genuinely like, you're working out a lot, you're doing a lot, you're moving around, like your body's craving food. It's probably because it needs food. So I can't make those assumptions yet until I start counting my calories. That just seems, for me, I know a lot of people are very good at it. For me, counting calories just sounds like such a pain in the ass. To like, I feel like it's just so hard to do accurately. You really have to factor in every single thing you're putting in your body and kind of go through it. But I feel like it could be good to do, and it's probably pretty good for like kind of grocery shopping and like having an idea of how much things cost. Because if you start counting calories and see how much is like in things, it's probably easier to like be like, okay, well, I can get this much chicken and make this meal prep. I don't really like meal prepping for like the whole week. That's where I'm a little worried. I don't want to eat the same. Like I do like eating the same thing every day, but I like eating the fresh things every day. Like if I could go to like a deli and be like, here's all the food from the grocery store, can you make this for me every day? Like obviously that's why it's more expensive to go like eat food out and stuff. But I feel like I just really enjoy fresh food, where like when I put it in the fridge for 4 days, on the 4th day it's like, all right, like bacteria, like things like that, like what's growing in this. Like we had culinary in high school where they taught us between like 40 and 140 is where bacteria can grow. So anything over 140 degrees Fahrenheit, you're good. That's why you cook food. And then 40 degrees and below, it doesn't grow. That's why you have 40-degree fridge. So in my mind, it's like I don't know. I just don't like the concept of like it's almost like being like a germaphobe. I have like a bacteria germaphobe aspect to food, where it's like if it's not fresh, then I can't mentally be hungry to eat it, which is something I need to work on, because that's a very it's a bad mindset to have, because that's just not the way it always works. Like you can make a good like chicken cutlet big dish and probably have it be absolutely fine to eat for like a week. Sounds a little wrong, so maybe it's not, but I have to work on maybe meal prepping for like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Wednesday I'll meal prep for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday maybe I'll treat myself and eat out. So we'll see how it goes. Newtown has some good breakfast sandwiches though that are fairly cheap, so maybe I'll do like lunch cooking, but like every day before work I might go get a breakfast sandwich for like $7, which is like pretty sustainable, I would say, especially for someone to make it, save the time, you're going to work. So we'll see. I've been yapping for 12 minutes. Let me shut up and get in here and do my arm day. Let me finish my pre-workout. What are we gonna do for arm day? I don't know. You'll see when we get in there. I gotta stop yapping, make this video too long. All right, I did some good stretching. Did some good warm-up. Stretch my legs out. I usually stretch my legs mostly. Like the arms, just a couple windmills and start light. But I use the green to kind of stretch out the hamstrings, especially since I hit RDLs yesterday. But feeling pretty warm. Already took the pump cover off. It's a little warm in here today, but doing some tricep extensions, doing 70 and 40. I think it's half, so I think that's 35 and 20. I have the drop set pin in, so we'll see how this goes. I don't know if this will be too much or too little to start, but we'll figure it out. That's pretty good, 10 and 10. All right, pretty solid. Feel like I got a good pump off rip. Little Kid Cudi Pursuit of Happiness action. Goated song. Usually one of the best. You just can't go back and listen to them too many times so you don't get sick of them, but whenever it comes on randomly, banger. Right, I'm going to try to do both clips. It's a little harder to set up, but I think it'll be better on the wrist pad. Alright, that wasn't too hard either. I'll do like the sideways ones. That felt pretty good. I think the camera angle might have been off a little there. All right, let's get the other side. Move on to some biceps. Forgot to set it up. Ooh, that felt light. Yeah, great pump off the first two variations of this exercise. I'm gonna go do bicep curls. Get right into it. All right, we'll warm up a little late. Try to get some good form. Might try to curl the 60s again, but we'll see how I'm feeling. Definitely would be a little bit of ego lifting. Maybe I'll just do the 50s, but let's warm up the 40s. Warm up the elbows a little. Alright, let's go a little heavier. Alright, let's see how this goes. Got the 55s this time. I'm gonna go last one. This we got the 60s because the 55s are taken, but let's do single arm. So one at a time. That way, when we get to the bottom, can't use any momentum. Kind of stops while I do the other. Bad last rep, but good failure. Feel a little twinge in my forearm. Gotta give myself a little rest. I do my best to, on the first two reps at least, keep it a little bit more flat instead of doing more hammer curl style. But as I get fatigued, I kind of have to do it, which probably means I should go down in weight. But I kind of like doing the 4 or 5 reps with bicep curls at least. I'll go down later. I feel a light twinge in my left bicep, so I don't want to push it. No need for injury. Let's grab the 40s again and do perfect form. All right, going down. See if we can get some actual good form here. Said I would do it on the last one, and I just didn't. So maybe we'll do double at the same time. One more. And that was a good set. Skull Crushers. Alright. Hopefully this isn't too heavy. I was gonna grab the 90, but I picked it up and I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. I maybe could have done the 90s, but that was much better form. Kept my elbows in, paused at the skull. So, solid. Alright, last set of skull crushers. Probably only get 6 this time, but that's good. That's probably around 70% fatigue. And then I think I'll do some reverse curls into the overhead press. Oh, I forgot to take my hat off. One more.
my classic tricep exercise, my favorite. All right, let's do one more. All right, last set. I'm good. Good pump today. Good arm day. Maybe not the best ever, but pretty solid. For like the skull crusher.
Okay, pretty good arm day. I enjoyed it overall. Nothing. I guess one thing stood out: the skull crushers were pretty fire. There was someone next to me that you didn't see on video. That was like, he was a little bit of a smaller guy. He was doing some kind of skull crusher pullover thing with like 30 pounds. So I wasn't trying to like mog him, but like kind of was by accident. But I was a little confused on his technique. I didn't know if he was hitting lats or like triceps, because like instead of doing like holding it there and going to your forehead, I've even seen people do like hold it over and go like past their head a little, so they can go a little deeper and then go over. But he was doing more of like a laying down, like overhead, like lat push down vibe. And like if you're doing that, that's I guess I've never tried that exercise before. I've only done like it with the cable. Maybe I'll have to try that next time. Maybe I shouldn't be talking shit about him. I'm not that I am, but like I shouldn't be like critiquing his form, because maybe that's a good movement. Like you're just laying down on the bench and you're kind of using it for your lats. Like hell yeah. But I have a feeling, I'm not sure. I have a feeling he was trying to do more skull crushers and he just really was not engaging his lats. Because I feel like at the top he wasn't just like holding it up. He was like trying to extend a little. But I didn't watch him like super intensely. I was kind of just doing my own thing next to him, and I just like noticed. I was like, is he skull crushing or is he doing a lat pullover? Like couldn't figure it out. But he was in the gym, he was working hard, so all the power to him. No hate, just was a little confused myself, but no worries. It was a decent workout. I enjoyed those. I enjoyed the skull crushers. I really like those reverse curls into a overhead press for arm day, since you get like the biceps, forearms, and then triceps, and I guess shoulders too. But feel like it's a good routine. I feel like I gotta maybe start thinking about switching it up a little bit towards my arm days. Although I guess I kind of do. Like, I haven't been doing skull crushers, so that's a new one I did there. The reverse curls are somewhat new. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can't really go wrong with arm day. It's just bicep, triceps, pretty simple movements. You don't really have to overcomplicate it that hard. It's just pull up, push down, like nothing too intense. But yeah, I don't know. Nothing to really report. Got my 30 minutes of cardio at the end with my 3 mile per hour, 7.5 incline. Was watching Star Wars. Great Star Wars episode. I'm watching Clone Wars, the animated series, not the 2003 like cartoon animated one. Well, I guess they're both. One of them is like a 2D animated that's like 2003 with like the covers General Grievous. I haven't seen that at all. I'm watching the 2008 animated series that like everyone knows with like Anakin and Ahsoka and all that. But it was a great episode with Asajj Ventress where like Dooku kind of betrays her and she's like going to like the witches, like the witches of Dathomir, which I thought was awesome because one, it's a great episode, and two, I played the video game with my friend Eric from college, who was my roommate freshman year and all through college basically. And we played some kind of like video game on Xbox of like just like some character going through with doing more moves. And it was kind of a short game, but I remember specifically going to that area. And I don't remember that in the movies because it's in the animated series, and I'm sure it's in the comics too, but I haven't read any of the comics. It's a little hard to read things. Like, I like watching anime, but I don't really read the manga. Like, I've tried. It's just a little bit hard to do like reading itself. I don't know. I guess I got to work on that. I'm not a big reader, but I feel like there's only so much time in a day. It's easier, especially in this day and age where everyone has like attention spans of nothing, where you just keep scrolling and scrolling, where it's easier to digest a video like of an actual like show versus like trying to read it at your own pace and like imagine what's going on. But I feel like it would be cool to read the comics of Star Wars and also like read more animated like manga anime. But yeah, I don't know. Pretty good workout. Nothing too much to report. I'll see you next time. End video.